Welcome back to Split the Party. As always, I'm your host, Steve Osmond, and today we're talking about Trash War. I bought into this thing online, the board game Bento. I've actually got got 3 games out of it. We're going to be reviewing all 3 of those, and this is one of them. It just came to me randomly, and I really enjoy the game. It's actually a lot of fun. The idea is you're living in junkyards, running junkyards, and attacking each other you have walls of trash that you've built up. Every player will have 3 walls, and you are slinging garbage at each other. Each garbage has a different damage value. Each wall can take 4 total points of damage. For instance, this toaster does 1 damage. I throw that, it stays on the wall. Once that wall has 4 points worth of trash that's been flung on it, it topples over. You flip it over. The last person to have one of their walls left wins. So you're trying to knock everybody else out. There's a little bit more to the game, obviously. You've got 3 basic different types of cards aside from the walls. You have trash cards, which are either things that are being flung, or catapults, which can be used to throw any 3 trash cards at the same wall all at once. You have defense cards, which are either your mace, which you use like a baseball bat to knock those pieces of trash to somebody else's wall. Deflect cards, which allow you to keep them in your fortress, but put them on a different wall of your choosing. Or shield cards, which just absorb the damage and say, no, I don't think so. Then you have your, they're like cleanup cards. There's burn trash and repair. Burn trash allows you to burn one of the cards that's on your wall away so that your wall is taking less damage. Repair allows you to take a wall that's flipped over and destroyed and rebuild it. So you're putting a wall back up. The really interesting part of this game for me is that play does not pass naturally as you would think for a game. It's not, I take my turn, then they take their turn, then this person takes their turn and we go around the table. The first person to go takes one of their trash cards, places it on the wall of any opponent of their choosing. And that person, the person who just was attacked, is really the first player of the game. They get to go through the first full turn, which is defend using any of these, burn or repair using any of these, then launch a counterattack or attack someone of your choosing, and then draw back up. Play then continues with each player. The next turn is always whoever just received the attack. So if I attack the person straight across the table from me, but he uses a mace and deflects it to the person sitting to my right, that player is actually taking the next turn. He attacks me and I deflect it back at him, he's taking another turn because he was the one who just received the damage. Whoever is the person that ends up with junk on their wall gets to take the next turn. So you may have people who are sitting there not really being involved, just watching, waiting, like hoping that they're prepared and never knowing. The maces themselves add a little bit of randomness and can kind of change the strategies because they will tell you to either deflect to your leftmost player, your right, back to the attacker, or to anyone of your choosing. So depending on which mace you've got or which mace you choose to play, you're going to be deciding who's going to be the victim of the next attack. So it's really chaotic. It's another just probably 20-minute, maybe half-hour long game. It's really, really quick. Once you get to know the game and everybody knows what's going on, it's very fast and furious. I deflected, it's back at you. It's your turn now, so I draw back up to my 5 cards, and I'm ready to go in case you mace that back at me so that I can defend myself again. And everybody is constantly digging in here. You've got some cards that can only be used once. So once they've been used, they get burned out of the game. Every other card, when they get discarded, they get shuffled back into the discard pile once the discard pile is empty. So you just keep this game going, and everybody's drawing and playing and playing and drawing until only one person is left standing in their junkyard fortress, last man standing, in the trash heap. It's a really fun game. It's cool. The cards, all the different trash pieces that you can throw at people, exercise bikes, couches, grandpa's choppers, so like dentures that you're throwing at people, all sorts of stuff. It's just a really funny game. It plays pretty quick. I learned the game very quickly, and I played this. It probably took an hour altogether between took the plastic off the game and finished the first playthrough of the game. So I would suggest this to anybody who's got a pretty competitive group of fun-loving game players who really like things that are a little bit more lighthearted and comical, because that's where this game really shines. I would suggest it to those people. If you're the kind of group that really likes to laugh as you're going through things, and you'll get you can play a game and not have to be too serious and really in depth into it, then this is the right game for you. But that's about all I've got for today. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Dual Bus Design, Excelsior Games and Comics, and Sound G Entertainment. And as always, I'll see you in the Nerdverse.